Hi and welcome to day 19 of the Dry Jam Plan. Today I want to talk about the 3 S's. Those 3 S's are substance, society and self. And these have a lot to do with our relationship with alcohol and often why we drink. First of all, the substance itself, we use it, well, some of us use it to fill a void. Maybe there's something missing. Maybe there is something that you don't want to deal with emotionally, which is all part of self as well. So you decide to numb out with alcohol. And society kind of influences us to think that doing some stuff like drinking, socializing, helps us fit in to society as a whole, because our Western society puts alcohol on a pedestal and we're subconsciously bombarded by adverts and TV and magazines, seeing other people around us, their experiences around alcohol, and it's the norm. And we pick up that substance because we think it's going to do something for us. And quite often we think that it is hitting that spot and it is doing something for us. But quite often when we look behind the scenes, it's not the friend we thought it was. And that's the whole point of the Dry Jam Plan and me really sharing my little snippets around alcohol and what it does actually do to us. So that's the substance. We use it to fill a void quite often and to deal with stuff. Then there's society. Sometimes what we do is influenced by what others think of us, like feeling we have to drink to fit in. You know, we're a bit like sheep, some of us, aren't we? And if somebody bucks the trend, then they're not following in line, are they? But we like to do what all our friends are doing. And we want to fit in. We want to be liked. We want to be part of the crowd. That's just innate inside us. So if all our friends are going out drinking on a Saturday night or a Friday night, then we feel we've got to do that. Now, of course, if you're doing Dry January and you are going out socialising, you can still do that, but not drink and have something different and have an alternative. But society really, tells us that this is what we should be doing because that's what it bombards our subconscious with all the time. This is normal. This is what we should do. And then we've got self, and this is what we believe about ourselves. This is a big one, really. It's about what we deeply think about ourselves beyond what other people see and don't know about us. These thoughts often start early on in life. They can be quite powerful. They impact how we act, how we feel. Sometimes we feel we're not good enough, we're worthless, we might be angry, lonely, feeling insecure, and we use alcohol to numb out all those emotions. And that's normal for a lot of people. And that was certainly normal for me. Definitely. I mean, mine was, not being able to cope with the diagnosis of my son with Asperger's syndrome, which is on the autistic spectrum, and ADHD. And I blamed myself for a long time. And it was a way of me numbing out drinking because I couldn't deal with all the stress that brought, like home life, like going out, even to the point of shopping and going to the supermarket, and how long everything would take, because he would insist on straightening everything on the shelves. And if you had a paddy, you'd be a screaming fit, and then people look at you and think you're a rotten mother. And then having to deal with, all his educational years and the fight that had because he didn't have a statement. And that was a big emotional roller coaster for me. And that was why I chose to drink, was to push down those emotions. So, the feelings and thoughts that we have, these beliefs are tied to our emotions. So I believed that I wasn't a good enough mother. Something had happened and I'd done something wrong. So understanding, how and what we believe affects how we feel, and vice versa, it's key. Sometimes talking about feeling and how we're feeling uncovers our thoughts and beliefs, and that's what coaching is all about. It's having an expert to unpick why it is that you use alcohol and what your beliefs are around alcohol, especially around self and our emotions and the filling of the void, that substance that we use, which is booze, to fill that void. And where a coach helps is taking control in helping you understand, helping you to take control, not the coach taking control, but you taking control, and helping you understand the connection between your feelings and thoughts and what you believe alcohol does for you. When you get your feelings and thoughts working together, you start taking charge of your life. And I know my clients who are alcohol-free have a different outlook on life now completely to what they had to begin with, when they thought that alcohol did something for them. But once going through my programs, realised that actually it's not what they thought it was. And then joined the dots up and made lots of connections. It's like discovering the magic. And you get to shape your own story, and you get to live your life, whether or not you want to take a break from alcohol for a year or 6 months, or whether or not you just don't want to drink at all. And that's a scary thought for a lot of people, not drinking at all. And I completely get that. But I just wanted to share about the substance and it filling that void, and what are you expecting it to fill, and is it filling that void when you do drink? And then society and the pressures that we have from society to fit in. Do we want to fit in with alcohol, or don't we want to fit in? Do we want to be different? Do we want to take a stand and say, actually, I'm not drinking, or I'm no longer drinking, whichever camp you're going to fall into? And take a stand and be proud to take that stand. I certainly am. And then self. What are our beliefs, how we were brought up, and how we see ourselves, which is often from early childhood. They say it's up to the age of 7, isn't it, where we're very impressionable and we more or less, have all our traits by then. And that's scary to think from birth up to 7 is probably going to shape the way we are as a person, and our beliefs and our thoughts. Obviously they change. we get into circumstances where our beliefs do change, but on the foundation and the basis is often, what we experience up to the age of 7. So I just want you to think about how society shapes your way around thinking around your drinking, and yourself and what you believe around alcohol and what it gives you and the substance itself, and what is it filling for you? What is it doing for you? Is it doing what you want it to do? So that's me, a bit deep today. But I'm just, I just want to get across all the different aspects of alcohol. And the whole point of this dry Jan plan is to make you think about your relationship with drinking. And is it giving you what you think it's giving you? So until tomorrow, take care. Bye-bye.